Hi, this is Laura Pearson. This is for Module 6, Reading Fluency. Okay, class. So today we are going to be doing a little activity with some partners. So fluency, we've kind of talked about fluency before in here, but fluency is to make sure you're reading quickly, accurately, and with good expression. So what does that mean when I say accurately? Yes. Okay, so you think accurately means you're doing it right. Good job. Yep. Yep. Accurately means that you're reading the text how it's supposed to be read. And then what does it mean when it's talking about expression, with good expression? Yes. Yeah, you're right. So with good expression means that I am having a good tone in my voice. So if I'm reading something, and maybe the character that I'm reading about is sad, am I going to be talking like this? Probably not. I'm going to be like, oh, they're sad. Or when I'm asking a question, I want to make sure that how are you today? Like I'm emphasizing my end word to make it a question. Or if it's an exclamation mark, I'm like, today was so awesome. I'm putting emphasis in what I'm saying. We want to make sure that we're paying attention to that and having good expression while we read. So how it's going to work is we're going to partner you up. So you'll have one partner. So there'll be two of you together. So it'll be the first reader and the second reader. So the first reader will be the reader and whoever wants to start, and then the other person will be your coach. So what does it mean when I say that? That means your coach is going to be listening to you read, and they are going to correct you if you make any mistakes. And is it okay to make a mistake sometimes? Yes. I make mistakes all the time, right? And you guys probably catch my mistakes in here, right? So that's kind of like what you're doing, that acting like I'm the reader and you guys are the coach. So you kind of correct me sometimes on my mistakes, don't you? So we don't want to be, criticizing or mean when we are the coach, because like we said, we do realize we make mistakes and we're going to try to learn from our mistakes. So we want to make sure that we're providing good feedback to whoever is reading, but also being respectful. So I'm going to I have 5 different rules that we're going to try to follow for this. So number 1, talk only to your partner. So like I said, 2 people per group. So you should only be talking back and forth to each other, not anyone else in the room. And then obviously besides me, if you have a question. Talk only about what you are reading. So should we be like, oh, I'm going to go to a baseball game tonight. What are you going to do tonight? No. Okay. Just like anything else we do, we want to make sure that we are using our time wisely and only talking about what we're supposed to be talking about. And talk in a low voice. There's going to be a lot of groups around the room, and we want to make sure that we're kind of talking low, but making sure that we're talking loud enough for our partner to hear right next to us. And cooperate with your partner. So making sure that you're working together as a team. We do this all the time, you guys, okay? And then try your best, okay? So I don't want you to just read the book and read the passage and not try. Like, we always want to try our best, right? So while you're reading, your coach might point out to you different things that you made a mistake on. And like I said, it's okay to make a mistake. But some things that you might make a mistake. The first, you might say the wrong word, right? You might get stuck on a word. You might skip a word, or you might add an extra word, right? Those are all different things that we might mess up on, that our coaches are going to tell us, hey, stop, you messed up on this. Can you go back and reread that sentence? So for an example, I might say, the dog went to the park. If I'm the coach, should I say park right away? No, we want to give them a couple seconds to try to sound out that word and have them work on that word. And then if it's been a couple seconds, you can go ahead and tell them that word, okay? So an example might be if you skip a word. My went to the park. So if you're the coach, you should say, stop. You skipped a word. Can you go back and reread that sentence? Okay. That way they know. Okay. So I have our partners here. So whenever I call your guys' names, I want you guys to come up, grab your passage that you're reading, and I will give you your spots in the classroom that you are going to be reading. And you can go ahead and start when everyone else is seated and ready to go so we don't have that extra noise, okay? So it's going to be Jason and Beth together, Brian and Gail, Joe and Melissa, Adam and Jamie, Chris and Joanne, Eric and Jennifer, Brad and Denise, Amy and Tammy, Tracy and Opie, and Chuck and Nasa. Okay? So, yep, you guys go ahead and grab your passages and making sure that when you guys are done, whenever your reader is done, you are going to switch roles, okay? So whoever was the reader will now be the coach. Whoever was the coach will now be the reader, okay? Does that make sense? Does anyone have any questions? Okay, great job.